The dividing of the kingdom. We've actually dealt with this issue several times throughout this series. Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, have had a hard time staying together. We find it back in the book of Judges when all the tribes united against Benjamin. After that, King Saul, who was from Benjamin, he pulled everyone together. But after he died, Judah wanted David to be king, and the rest of them did not. And so you had this civil war against the northern tribes and Judah. David won that war, and David was a good compromiser when it came to political things. He could have made Bethlehem the capital of all of Israel. He could have made Hebron, that's where he ruled for 7 years. He could have made that the capital. After all, that's where it was at that time. No, he chose Jerusalem, which was right in the middle of the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Saul. I'm sure he thought that would bring everything together. Well, it did. But then later on, after Absalom chased him and he came back, Sheba took the northern tribes and he had to send soldiers to bring it back together again. And then after he died, Solomon continued that strong rule. But here we are again. Here is that division, the northern tribes. It all goes back basically to two tribes, Judah and Ephraim. Ephraim had been that mighty tribe in the north. Joshua was from the tribe of Ephraim. The prophet Samuel was from the tribe of Ephraim. And so that Ephraim-Judah division, and now it finally divides apart. And there are two kingdoms, which now will go throughout the rest of the Old Testament. The two kingdoms. It's interesting that when Rehoboam wanted to be anointed king, he could have done it right there in Jerusalem, but he was trying to pull in those northern tribes. You wouldn't think it the way he talked, but so he went to Shechem. Now Shechem was 35 miles north of Jerusalem. It was the ancient capital. It was the place where the covenant was made with Israel. It was a place of worship. It was where the tabernacle had been for some time. Down through the history, Shechem was a major place. And after the northern tribe pulled away and formed Israel, Shechem became the capital in the north of course, Jerusalem or in Judah. But as we'll see later on, Shechem is only a capital for a while, and finally it moves to Samaria. Well, in the next few weeks we'll be talking more about Rehoboam and Jeroboam, but this time I thought I'd give this entire insight time over to this division which went time and again, and finally now it happens. Come back next week when we continue on with insights on the story of the week.